This is Rovin Remax Crossroads First Realty 3. I'm Linda Montgomery, and I'm roving around North Texas, highlighting all the people, places, and things that make this a great place to live and invest in real estate. Today in Rovin Gets Real, we're going to talk about homeowner associations, the good, the bad, and the ugly. When a buyer is looking for a house, he will frequently find one that is part of a mandatory homeowner association, an HOA. Or sometimes it's called a property owner association, a POA, which is a newer term. In North Texas, homeowner associations are quite common. Some are voluntary and merely social, but most of them are mandatory. If you want to live in a certain neighborhood, you become a member when you move into your house. Is that good or bad? Well, it just depends. It depends on what you and your family want in a neighborhood. It depends on what you and your family will tolerate in regulations. It depends on how much you and your family want to be involved in the neighborhood and how much you want to pay in dues and fees. It depends on the trade-offs. Typical positive reasons for living in a neighborhood with an HOA or a POA can include these things. Homeowners typically take good care of their property, especially the appearance of the exterior. If they don't do that, the HOA will encourage them to do so in the way of notices, fines, and so on. If the neighborhood is gated, there's less traffic. That's good for the safety of children, tends to reduce crime, and tends to reduce noise. Amenities can range from few to quite extensive. Some homeowner associations are simply small, close-knit neighborhoods. Others may have a focal point, such as a lake for everyone to enjoy. Still others that are much larger may have swimming pools, tennis courts, and clubhouses. And the use of these amenities is limited to homeowners and their guests, another safety factor. Parking is usually restricted to driveways, enhancing the appearance of the area. Homeowners are prohibited from adding unsightly buildings that don't match the neighborhood, the neighborhood standards, from parking RVs or large trailers on the lot, from working on cars, or running a business out of their home. And then there's always the bragging rights or the snob factor to living in a well-known, well-respected, or highly prized neighborhood. Most people believe that these reasons help keep property values up. Now, typical negatives for living in a neighborhood with an HOA or a POA can include these. HOA dues, which are excessive, are not worth what's provided. In line with the bylaws of the HOA, your neighbors could outvote you and decide to place an assessment on each property owner to pay for improvements to the neighborhood or make repairs to amenities. You would be required to pay those assessments. Failure to pay HOA fees can result in a lien being placed on your property. You may not be able to choose the color of your roof if it needs replacing. You may not be allowed to build a storage building in the backyard, and the addition you want to build to your house will have to be approved by the Architectural Review Committee. If you want to fly a flag in your yard, it may be limited to a certain size. The HOA could require certain landscaping and regular maintenance. Homeowners may get fined if they don't comply quickly. Gated communities require gate openers, require planning ahead for social events, and must deal with gate malfunctions. Since amenities are for the use of homeowners only, homeowners must be present for those facilities to be used by others. If you have a large family with many cars, parking restrictions could be limiting. Do the positives outweigh the negatives with HOAs? It's strictly up to you. You must do the trade-offs. It depends on you, your family, and your personality. There is no one correct answer, only the one that's right for you. This is intended as general advice only. Consumers should consult their own expert for guidance on specific situations always.